Welcome back to more Tokyo Xtreme Racer. So last time, we took down Bloodhound and Trader's Jackknife, former members of the 13 Devils. And yeah, it looks like, they're quite interested in the new generation of street racers too. Kind of like what we've been hearing a lot about, gossip and stuff. So yeah. But anyway, this time, you have another boss to take down. You're going to be taking down Trans Drive. So yeah, let's go ahead and do that. Another new boss in this game, and yeah, I believe being her might actually finish Rise New Generation. I can't remember if there's another boss afterwards, because sometimes there is, sometimes there isn't, so yeah. But from what I remember, I don't think there will be, so yeah. But because we beat Bloodhound, our BRZ is a lot better, so yeah. And we also got Nitrous, which I can show off. I believe what it does is it gives you like 50% acceleration or something like that while you use it. So yeah, quite useful. And yeah, I can definitely feel the extra power now, so yeah. So that's really cool. But anyway. So yeah, let's head on over to Trans over here, who tries a very interesting car for race position. And yeah, there's another sheep, by the way. I think it's, yeah, I already know that. I'm gonna turn on Polaris, so yeah. Here she is. She actually drives a Copen, a K car, so yeah. Interesting choice for the long straights of the one gun, but yeah. It is a pretty cool looking Copen though, I must admit. So yeah, let's take her on. Now show Nitrous to you. What using it is like, and yeah, this will make battles a lot easier, and yeah, if you have acceleration added, you can even get your CP back by using it. So there you go, but because yeah, you are using the car at higher res, it does heat up edges quite quickly, especially cars that already have bronze at that, so yeah. So there you go, the main transfer ends the day, and I believe I also finished this Rise of New Generation. And yeah, looks like I can get to know both her and Playful Gentleman some more. As you're resting at the parking area, someone spoke to you in a familiar voice. It was like a voice from a foreign movie dub or TV narrator, beautiful and resonant. Turning around, you saw a gentleman dressed in elegant clothing. Good evening, how are you? See you next week. You're irritated for a size machine, right? Thank you so much for earlier. Honestly, to possess such strength, I'm absolutely impressed. As the man bowed politely and spoke fluently without pause, you were a little taken back. Behind him, a tall woman timidly appeared. Good evening. Sorry if I startled you. I'm Trans Drive from the Battle. Do you remember me? And I am Playful Gentleman, also known as Achuchi Shigeru, with my unforgettable high sense of sheen. Gently and dignified appearance. A voice you'll hear from here more than your parents. Please remember me henceforth. You bowed to the Eternal Polaris, right? I really like to talk to her. She's such an amazing driver. Even when we approached her at the parking area, she wouldn't say a word. I think he might have scared her off. I wonder why. With such a gentlemanly person myself, and the incredibly modest transfer when not behind the wheel, there's absolutely no reason why anyone to feel scared. Do you agree? Could it be my fault after all? You see, when I take the wheel, my personality completely changes. Dream battles, I get so absorbed I can't even recognize myself. Terrifying intensity is a perfect description. Yes, a compliment of course. But from my observation, Eternal Polaris doesn't seem like the type to be so easily scared. She speaks through her driving, not words. A Stewart type, perhaps. Oh, how thrilling. Eternal Polaris, the mysterious girl you encounter, it seems many are captivated by her driving. When you meet her again, will you be able to exchange words? So, anyway. So that's Transfer right to it. And yeah, like I said, I think that's it for Rise of New Generation. So let's have a look. It is. So yeah, all that stuff is Return to Bastards, and yeah, I believe if we defeat Infinity's team leader, the bosses will start opening up, so yeah. But we still do have other teams to defeat those, so yeah. But yeah, because we did defeat Transstripe and Playful Gentleman, I believe that means more upgrades. So yeah, what do we want? We can only afford one, I think it's pretty obvious, let's get the suspension. So yeah, that's good like that. And yeah, let's use the rest of our SP to get those upgrades too. And by doing that, now we can adjust camber, toe, right, which we already do. I believe offset's new, and that's it. So yeah, let's go ahead and do that. So now what we can do is we can basically adjust the angle of the wheels. That's basically what camber and toe is. So like for example, if I put toe to, well, you may notice that the wheels went kind of sideways there. And then yeah, if you adjust the camber, yeah, it makes the wheels do that. So yeah. So again, you're doing this because this can increase top speed and also improve handling. What we're only going to do is that we're going to adjust the camber a little bit. So yeah, -3 at the front and then -2 at the rear. We're not going to touch toe because toe is very easy to mess up. And then we're going to adjust the offset to +5. Which I believe, yeah, that's where the wheels are like positioned horizontally, I believe. So yeah. There you go. I believe that's everything. So yeah. If I, you know, have a quick look at the settings. Yep, that should be all good. The only thing we don't have with the suspension is the stabilizer. So yeah. I believe if we get more suspension upgrades, we'll be able to get that. So yeah. But anyway, we have another boss taken care of. So let's read about Transride. So the interesting thing about it is her name, Mako Oya, and the fact that she drives a blue sports car too. Most people think that, yeah, she's probably a reference to Mako Sato from Initial D. They both drive blue cars, and they're both very different people when behind the wheel, as we go on here. A fragile woman, usually gentle and sometimes tearful. However, she transforms behind the wheel, showing fearless driving. During a school day, she had a female friend as a navigator in the passenger seat, and a perfect combination to tap the mountain passes. That's also another reference to Mako Sato, because initially she had a co-driver, and she drove on the mountain road. So yeah, there were few female street racers in her hometown, but since moving to Tokyo and driving on the Shuto Expressway, she's thrilled by the number of female drivers. The machine is tuned with a focus on suspension, serves her uncomfortably anywhere. Okay, it's kind of weird she's on the visual line, but like, whatever, I guess. And you also get a car too, the Transride Copen. Which, it's quite powerful for a K car though, 204 PS, so yeah. Again, probably not as good as, you know, the other cars, but hey, it is a K car, so it's very light. So I can definitely see this thing being very zippy around corners, so yeah. But anyway, I'm still pretty happy with my BRZ though, so yeah. And now it corners slightly better too, so yeah. So yeah, again, what we want to do is either, yeah, defeat Roulette Guy and Quicks, because again, we eventually need to take on every team, or of course, we can take on Infinity as well, so who are we close to doing? So let's see, Infinity, yeah, we can knock out right there. Roulette Guy, they're over there, so they're actually kind of far away at the moment. And then Quicks, right there, so so that's interesting. So where's the Infinity person again? Let me have a look, because I'm wondering if I can maybe catch him at, I was thinking, yeah, maybe I could catch him at Daikoku, but it might be a little difficult is the thing, so yeah. I think what I'll do is, how far away is he from the front here? He's quite far away to be fair, so yeah. So yeah, again, I think this is going to be a good time to maybe cut, so what I'm going to do here is, yeah, I'm going to take on Secret Guardian, and then we'll take on the team leader. That's the one we haven't seen yet, and that's a more found, so yeah. Maybe I can go see who this is, because again, no, they're probably going to go this way, so yeah. I think what I'm going to do is we're going to make use of the lay service for the first time. So yeah, let's go after Quicks' team leader. Another thing I can also do is take on Roulette Guy as well, if they're close to Daikoku, so yeah. So that's another thing I can consider doing as well, so yeah. The only thing is that, yeah, the Roulette Guy person is going away from is going the opposite direction of the person from Infinity, so yeah. So that's a thing, but anyway. So yeah, like I said, yeah, I'm probably just gonna cut here, so after we defeat Quicks, so I wonder if he tries as K-Wix or something like that. Or Quicks. Because yeah, all of them try K cards, so yeah. And yeah, another thing about nitrous, you can refill at the parking area, but all you really need it for is bosses and maybe team leaders. So yeah, just keep that in mind. And yeah, we only have one ball of nitrous right now, so we need to be a bit spread with it. And yeah, nitrous, yeah. Normally in racing games, it's used as a boost feature. Like yeah, you probably played a car racer that has mostly I've probably played a car racer that has a boost feature, like the mini turbos at Mario Kart, for example. It's kind of like that, and of course the mushroom, obviously. And yeah, we get to defeat this team leader here. Team leader Quick's Electric Lightning Stinger, who drives an Alto. And yeah, all of them drive K-cars. And yeah, she's trying to use nitrous, but I think it is a she actually. I think we met Electric Lightning Sticker earlier, so yeah. But to be fair, she is keeping up quite well, so yeah. Another interesting... Oh. As soon as I said that. Another interesting thing about Quicks is that apparently, according to the BIOS, apparently some of them have engine swap K-cars too, which is a decent strategy. You got a very light car with potentially a lot of power, though in this game, yeah, if you try to engine swap a K-car, it may not end the best, so yeah. Let's just say, so yeah. So like I said, yeah, I think I'm going to cut now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get a win streak going, and then go back to the parking area, and then we'll talk about, and then we'll make use of the laser. So we'll take on this 8-6, I'll see you in a little bit. Alright, I'm at the parking area now. There's a little bit of dialogue here, so I can have a look at that. Just having a little look here. Oh yeah, that red tower, yeah, that's a pretty cool landmark, I must admit. It's probably not the Tokyo Tower, I think that's probably somewhere else, but yeah. But anyway. So now what we can do is that, let's have a look. So once again, yeah, we're thinking about Affinity. They're over there, so like I said, yeah, if I really want to, I can just like turn around and get there, but of course, yeah, like I was kind of saying before, I believe that's roulette guy number 2 right there, so you can probably go challenge him. It's just that, yeah, once again, yeah, this guy's gonna be a bit of a problem, but it's okay. Now, of course, another thing we should probably think about is, yeah, where are the red pollution people? And they are, like, on the one gun, basically. So, yeah, and this guy's kind of far away, so, yeah. So that's good to know. So, yeah, I think we're actually going to take on roulette guy. So, what we need to do also is, yeah, let's make use of the relay service. So, let's go down here. Another thing we can just do is also end the night, too. That's also another thing to do, so, yeah. Yeah, considering that, yeah, we took down Quicks and roulette guys. So I think it's fine to end the night, especially because, yeah, again, we had a very long night a little bit ago. So yeah, anyway, there's a lot of people here. Great transfer again. I lost, didn't I? By racing here alone, accepting battles alone, and defeating V alone, I feel like I've become independent. Yeah, I'll keep trying. And yeah, it is roulette guy no one who we're about to fight, so yeah. My guy number 3 struggles with money, so that's a thing. I guess that's some good advice there. So yeah, that's good advice there. You don't just want to upgrade the power unit, you also need to upgrade your engine or the exhaust intake too, so yeah. Otherwise you won't get as much power as you want, so yeah. I feel like that's pretty obvious advice though, because again, you want to basically upgrade as much as you can, so yeah. Alrighty, and yeah, these two are still here, so yeah. Alright, let's take on roulette guy now. Over here. And I think, yeah, I might also take on Affinity as well today. And then, yeah. Maybe take on Red Pollution too, I'm not so sure. Yes, yeah, I did have to cut a little bit earlier, so yeah. I'm not so sure how long this spot's gonna be now, but that's okay. Alright, we can take on one more dude here. So yeah, I guess, yeah, that's one little thing I can talk about a little bit, is that, yeah. One interesting thing, I think, yeah, I might have, like, mentioned it a little bit ago, is that, yeah, I do have a preference for handling. Again, maybe I'll go this in more detail earlier, but yeah, I generally actually prefer cars that handle a lot better, to be fair. Although, yeah, considering that I decided to go with the BRZ over the Civic Type on this playthrough, yeah, that kind of contradicts that. But again, I did want to try the BRZ and see how it compares to the Civic, and yeah, to be honest, I like both of them a lot, so yeah. So anyway, here's Roulette Guy number 2. And yeah, his car is a custom car, I believe, so that's pretty cool. And yeah, as it breaks up, he drives the 86. So can our BRZ do better? Let's find out. And again, I had the nitrous too. I plan to end the night after this, so yeah. Again, when you're just dealing with stragglers like this, it's probably best to end the nights early then. So yeah. Especially because yeah, our long run bonus is at 25 kilometers, so it's going to still be a bit of a while before that, so yeah. He is coming back at us. Which isn't great, but there you go. And yeah, I say try the custom car, you get it too. And here's Roulette Guy number 1. And yeah, the decals on the car are very interesting, I must admit, so yeah. I'll use nitrous too because again, I'll use nitrous again because yeah, we're gonna end the night after this anyway. So yeah, I think the best way to use it is like yeah, use it to get into attack range, and then yeah, you can save for later just in case of like an emergency or something like that. So yeah, I mean that's the best way to use it. In this game though, you can't actually change the nitrous things either. In some games you could adjust whether it lasts longer or the strength of it is greater, so yeah, that was interesting. I remember that being quite interesting in like Need for Speed Most Wanted and Grudge of 4, though in Grudge of 4 I actually didn't use nitrous that much. But anyway, a bit frustrating because yeah, the rivalry one is here, but we can't just turn around and fight him because we're going the other way on the road, so yeah. And yeah, now we have valet service, it can't take you to ramps by the way, so yeah, only parking areas, so yeah. So yeah, like I said, I think we're just going to the night after defeating those 2 teams. But it does mean that yeah, we can get more upgrades too. So there we go. You can at least get 2 more upgrades, so that's nice. Alrighty, so let's do that first. Then we can look at the teams that we just defeated. Alright, so yeah, we can either get brake, tires, and body. So we'll get body and tires. And we can actually get brake too also, so there we go. And yeah, the thing, the Return of the Bastard boss should give us clutch and transmission, so yeah, that's good to know. Let's do some more adjustments, so yeah, better brakes, better body. And this time, yeah, we are not only shoving the body retreat, but also lowering the weight now, so that's going to help our cornering. And of course, better tires, better cornering, so there you go. Let's go to the reference now. So yeah, we defeated Roulette Guy and Clicks. Let's look at Clicks first. A relatively new team formed by members from Electric Lightning Stinger and Little Beast who met at a parking area of the race on the Shooter Expressway. They explored the potential of nimble K-cars, which are known for agility, balancing them with engine slots to challenge larger sports cars. They create a unique presence. As many young women are on the team, straight races often approach from romantic intentions. Only to suffer humiliating defeats and retreat. Yeah, I kinda like these guys' stuff, so yeah. Yeah, we got a dude here though, Silent Mongoose. So yeah, he of course that's our little Rita. And yeah, they joined the team after a battle of Electric Lightning Stinger, so yeah. He has quite the influence on the team, so yeah. Although that blood class of chaos, no connection to the surname Karui, lightweight, but I wouldn't be surprised if there was some relation to that. They got Uma Dandy, also a dude in the team. Yeah. To be fair though, yeah, the power doesn't really reflect the fact that the engine slot, but yeah. Again, that's probably just what game plans, but it's kind of interesting though. There was a team in the older TXR games, I forget what it's called, it's like Rat, it's Team Rat, R-A-T-T, they also use K-cars, and the team either tends to have an engine slot cappuccinos, so yeah. It is upbeat groovy. Very interesting appearance, that's what thing, sure. And yeah, influenced by ex-boyfriend and love cars, this spy-loving gal got hooked on the joy of driving, so there you go. It's a very flashy looking car, that's an actual kind of fits her appearance, so yeah. Then you got Secret Guardian. And yeah, she was captivated by Electric Lightning Stinger and Little Beast. So I'll read Little Beast Fire because if I remember correctly, it's actually kind of relatable, so yeah. And yeah, here she is. And yeah, this is who I was thinking of. Yasui Mukai, a kind-hearted preschool teacher who loves children as a calm demeanor that proves advantageous in battles. Playing with toy cars, unlike other other teachers who say vroom vroom, she realistically mimics exhaust sounds with grr, vroom, chump, bam, boom, screech, roar. The principal had to ask her to tone it down. Recently, she got a light perm for a change. I was surprised at how well it was received. Yeah, this guy actually reminds me of a younger self, actually. I also used to make engine subs too, and run around the house, so yeah, it's kind of funny because of that, so yeah. But anyway, here's Electric Lightning Stinger, Chihiro, Miyashita, on-site clean supply replacer. While driving around in a HA36S, they encountered Little Beast at a parking area. Instantly impressed by each other's machines, the two quickly bonded that very day and founded a team dedicated to love of K-cars. Despite their unassuming appearance, the cars have been transformed into monster machines, featuring engine slots and boosted performance upgrades. Armed with immense power and inherent agility, they take down large machines one after another. Quick to act in everything, their nimble movements reflect their spirited performance of the beloved cars. So there you go. And then we got Roulette Guy. Team formed by young ZN6 drivers and veteran A86 drivers, united by their love for the 86. They enjoyed time attacks, aiming to break their records, and their repetitive laps in the Shuto Expressway are likened to a roulette. Ending the name Roulette Tribe. Due to their laid-back activity policy, they show little interest in battles or territorial disputes among street racers, leaving their skills largely unknown. They symbolize a new generation, distinct from traditional street racers. So we got Roulette Guy number 5 and his beloved 11, as he talked about before. And yeah, apparently he likes to argue about Roulette Guy number 4 about what is better, so yeah. Because yeah. The thing about the 11 and the Trade are basically the same cars, so yeah, it's all about the appearance. And here's Roulette Guy number 4 and his beloved Trino, so yeah. And yeah, that really does look very initial D like with the white panda look, so yeah. So there's that. And apparently he proposed a team name, so yeah, and he was inspired by Rolling Guys, so yeah. And apparently he holds a grudge against Rolling Masters, so that's a thing. Then we got Roulette Guy number 3, who drives the 8.6 this time. And he apparently bought it on a loan, so yeah. Yeah, he's also for other means of earning such as race video streaming. Okay then. Yeah, he doesn't envy the Luigi life of the Tempos. This is actually kind of interesting. The dynamic within this team is definitely a bit chaotic. And yeah, considering, you know, these two, how about we read the fives together? Roulette Guy number 2, Taketero Kujo. The younger, identical twin of Roulette Guy number 1, his brother invited him to study abroad together, but he declined, claiming he wasn't interested. In truth, he wanted to enter society before his brother, who would graduate later due to taking a leave of absence. Though at superior, he is somewhat ambitious and has a strong competitive spirit against his brother. Nevertheless, they get along well. Riding the same machine as his brother, the usual trick is to surprise rivals, before they had overtaken them by switching places and waiting for them at the next parking area. And here's Roulette Guy number 1, Ryuji Kujo. Born to a wealthy family, he's a young man with no struggles, having an abundance of time and money. He took a leave from university to study abroad, but recently returned. An innocent and friendly best-selling, he quickly formed a team and was made the leader after passionately discussing at a familiar hobby shop. He's identical twins in Roulette Guy number 2, and even their relatives can't tell them apart. The goal is to battle as a brother duo and confuse their opponents, but their driving still works. So there you go. Alrighty then, so yeah, now we're going to probably take on Infinity now. And yeah, we also get Roulette Guy number 2 and 1's cars now too. So here's Roulette Guy number 2's, and here's Roulette Guy number 1's. And despite the fact that this one is 1000 CP more, it's basically the same, so yeah, that's fair. But anyway, like I said, let's take on Infinity 2. And then like I said, that might cause the bosses of the Rise, well not the Rise of the New Generation, we already did that. It might cause the boss of Return the Boss here, and yeah, I'm pretty sure, actually he's right there. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to get some more dialogue here. Probably about more wanderers. Yeah, no one new here. That's good to know. Let's talk to Friendly Man. It seems Freya, Shrapnel, and Bloodhound have both lost their succession. To think that two street citizens who once part of 13 Devils will be taken down. Don't tell me you don't know the 13 Devils. They were incredible street racers to gather on the legacy of Swift Emperor. You seem to know nothing about the history of the Shuto Expressway. Back then, there were mighty races called the Big Four and the Hidden Big Four. The one who defeated all those formidable opponents before became the next top racer, and the one who took them down to claim the pinnacle was Swift Emperor. That's how the history of the Shuto Expressway has been woven. History doesn't just mean the past. Not only Swift Emperor, also street racers in the eras of the Big Four and the Hidden Big Four are still active today. For example, Crimson Devil and Cinderella Past Night. You at least had their names, haven't you? So yeah. One of you guys can talk about there is the lore. We don't know Crimson Devil yet, but also, I'm a Gringo. There's what I say about the training stories of this race on the Shuto Expressway in the RPG. Alright then. Anyway. So yeah, what he's basically talking about is some of the other you know, big names in the previous games, basically. Because yeah, Center Plus Midnight was one of the big four in TXR1, I believe. So yeah. And yeah, there were other people part of that too. One of them is not in this game at all, actually. F-Driver. He was also one of the big four too, so yeah. Everyone else though? We'll talk about that later, so yeah. This is where we actually want to go. Actually, no, it isn't. So I actually did pick the right one, so that's good. And yeah, only lovely shoes here, so yeah. Let's talk to Awkward Man. I've seen a very young girl at the park area. She looks too deadly to be driving a car, but she's probably winning a lot of battles. She's called a ton of Polaris, so I tried talking to her the other day. She seems to be a quiet girl. She lightly ignored me. Yeah, playable gentleman still here, so yeah. But yeah, now we're gonna head down and we're gonna defeat Infinity now. And he's right there, so yeah, and we're gonna pass by another Wanderer, although yeah, we can't do anything about that Wanderer, so yeah. I think now I'm feeling confident I could take on Wanderers, especially if we get a new car for next stage, because yeah, we're almost done with this stage, so yeah. So there's that, and yeah, I'm basically going to be setting up my BP now for that new car, and also the upgrades, because we still have some upgrades to go, obviously, so yeah. Alright, let's just drive up to him. I'll also take on some more traffic cars, so yeah. So I think, yeah, when it comes to, you know, handling, like I was saying before, again, in DXR it's kind of strange because, I wouldn't say it's strange, handling is still quite good because there's still, like, you know, areas where handling is still important. Like, yeah, Yokohama, like we're driving on, very high speed corners, so the car obviously can't turn very well, it's gonna suffer a lot, so yeah. That's important to remember, so yeah. I think when it comes to me, yeah, I'm definitely more of a grip person. That could also be an interesting topic too. Because yeah, of course a lot of racing games also use drifting, which I also don't mind to be honest, because you know, I also really like another game I also really like is Need for Speed Pursuit 2010 obviously, and Burnout games, which also talk a lot about drifting, so yeah. Yeah, I'm a little bit worried about finishing that because yeah, a lot of the shooter was definitely quite problematic earlier, but now we have better upgrades and nitrous, so I don't think we'll have too much problems. We're going to be taking on Enticing Gaze up here, who's driving the A70 Supra, so that's interesting. I haven't seen anyone drive this Supra yet. And yeah, a lot of people like this Supra because it looks really cool, so yeah, it's just kind of a fast car in general. Especially if you're a fan of all different racer games, so yeah. So yeah, let's take them on. And yeah, we'll use Nitrous to defeat the Affinity team leader. Again, I don't think we'll be forced out of the night. We might be, but I think that's only gonna happen after we beat the next boss, so yeah. Anyway, Enticing Gaze is up here, but we do have one more. Lovely Invincible, or as it is called in Tokyo Xtreme, it's a pretty marvelous, I think. Something like that. But yeah, he's the first opponent we're seeing who drives the BN-R34, or R34 for short, which is very awkward when you know what R34 means, but anyway. But But yeah, it's a very famous Japanese sports car. Pretty much like actually pulling away from quite a bit, and there we go. It's definitely one of the most famous Japanese sports cars around, and yeah, there's gonna be a lot of rivals who are gonna be driving R34s later. So anyway, and yeah, the boss has showed up. So, but if we beat him, I believe we actually beat the stage. So actually, I do want to take on Red Pollution first, and yeah, all of them should be like long guns. So yeah, I'm gonna save them for the next fight, I think. Although yeah, if I did plan a parking area, then yeah, I could just scoot them all up. So yeah. So I think yeah, we're just gonna leave now. We're gonna look at Infinity, and then we're gonna end this. So yeah. And yeah, once again we'll get more BP, which we're gonna need for those upgrades. So yeah. Alrighty. So yeah, let's look at the reference again. Here we have Infinity, a team composed of young members in their 20s. Their handsome appearance makes them idol-like among girls who admire drivers, but they prohibit having girls on the passenger seat. The members have different personalities and backgrounds, often clashing due to differing viewpoints, but their passion for driving creates a sense of unity. Easily they sense a tense atmosphere on the Shooter Expressway and maintain a state of readiness not fall behind other teams. We've got kind-hearted assassin here, and yeah, all of them do drive pretty decent cars, so yeah. And he was scarred by Aaliyah for his refined technique, so yeah. Of course, yeah, the interesting thing will be the relationship of girls. Apparently he cares deeply for his sister, considering that, yeah. He also, yeah, to be honest, yeah, he is quite interesting, because yeah, he money for his sister, helped the sister with the surgery by doing forbidden bet races, and yeah, he's obviously driving with his sister on weekends, so there you go. Although, that means that he did put a girl on the passenger seat, but I guess it's different because that's a sibling, so yeah. And we got Red Moonlight, who apparently played basketball. Again, I'm not so sure how proper basketball is in Japan, but hey. And he switched to Z32 now, so that's interesting as well. And yeah, another interesting about him is, yeah, whenever one of his friends gets involved in a vicious street race, he always takes revenge, so that's interesting. Big Deeper Media, he drives the Eclipse, which is an interesting car in this game because in the early access it uses import tuner challenge model, but then people really hate what it looked like, so they updated it, which is nice. So yeah. Yeah, it definitely looked a little bit out of place with how awful the model looks, so yeah. And you can't go along with Love-based Shooter, which is kind of funny because both of them are the dudes in the parking areas, but anyway. Then we got Love Hunter. Apparently he is friends with members of Rimblocks too, so I guess that makes sense. He is a vocalist, that could make a lot of sense. Then we got Enticing Gaze, who's apparently a medical resident. And he's also the oldest member of the team, so yeah. I don't really talk about girls, it's kind of funny, but hey, maybe Lovely should be a bit different about that. Yeah, he's a host of a male host club in Shinjuku, so yeah, there you go. And you tune his car for straight line speed, which probably explains why he was pretty difficult to take on, so yeah. Apparently even surpasses the team leader, so that's kind of interesting too, so yeah. It's been avoided to the members self-restraint, okay. Yeah, there's definitely a bit of bickering going on between these guys, but it seems like they kind of get along decently well. But anyway, we got lovely invincible Shunichi Kazama Mahjong player. An incredibly handsome, cool, and all-around nice guy. His good looks, more than his ability, have gotten him popularity as a pro Mahjong player featured in specialist magazines, but he's shown by being relentlessly teased by a popular short-term female manga columnist. With the motto "Win book battles and Mahjong smartly," he adheres to a victory-first principle. On the Bay Bridge, he leaves rivals in the dust, showcasing the high potential of his BN-R34. He is an all-rounder, excelling in both grip and trim, and his driving has no flaws. Alrighty then, so let's look at the map again, and let's see where Red Pollution is stationed. Because yeah, that's who that's left. So yeah, one there, which is kind of annoying, one there, and one there. So yeah, it's pretty obvious what we need to do. We need to start at Daikoku, and then battle them all. So yeah, that's what we're going to be doing in the next part. So yeah. So yeah, there we go. So yeah, we defeated more bosses, more team leaders, and yeah, we're coming to the end of stage 1. Only one team remains, and I believe only one boss as well. So yeah, it won't be long before we get to stage 2 and we start thinking about the new opponents and the new car that we want to get. So yeah, because every time there's a new stage, you may want to think about getting a new car, although yeah, this BRZ will probably do well, at least at the start of stage 2, so yeah. But anyway, so that done, yeah, look forward to us taking down Red Pollution and maybe Golden Hanya, who's our next 29, by the way. Yeah, look forward to that, and then yeah, I believe also Golden Hanya is also going to give us some upgrades too. So yeah, we'll start thinking about that with the perks trees. So yeah, there's a lot to look forward to now. So yeah, look forward to all that coming up, and yeah, I'll see you guys again for that.